Welcome back. I know I haven't uploaded at the regular frequency of once per day as I usually do. It's been busy, I've been tired, and not the greatest. So, I'm going to record a quick thing of the circuit, just as to not leave you with nothing. Now, I find Mirage funny, so we'll play some Mirage. I have no intrinsics, so it's pointless to look in here. I don't have many stories. Mother's birthday was recently, that's cool. We had a good time. It's Thanksgiving break now. So, finally going to have a bit of extra time, though I am a college student, which means when you... Ooh, the Argo Bow, my beloved. As a college student, getting a break doesn't actually mean I get a break. It means that I get more time to write my paper. Though my good friend Gregory's coming into town, so I'll get to hang out with him, which is nice. Well, into town. He's coming to a nearby town. But we'll be close enough to where we can actually hang out. My siblings coming into town for Thanksgiving, as they live off in the middle of nowhere. Not truly the middle of nowhere, but distant. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the upcoming weekend. I'll probably have enough time to actually record something. Probably some Minecraft. I haven't stopped enjoying Minecraft yet. My friends are playing their own different mod pack. But I'm going to continue playing the one I designed because it's more interesting to me. Well, my friend's mod pack does contain create, and they know a lot about how to use it. Their world started by importing a realm and using the imported realm so that they could keep their base, and then their base ended up getting deleted, so essentially they just kept their inventory. But I'm not too interested in just starting from a decent point in vanilla. You've seen what I've been doing, maybe not. In my Minecraft, I've been doing the Twilight's Forest. I have some magic. They don't have Mahosukai, which is my favorite mod, so I have no intention of joining their mod pack. So the only Minecraft I'm playing is the stuff I'm recording. Is that true? Yes. For a little bit we were playing on another realm, but I played almost none at all. I just hopped on to have fun with one of my friends, but didn't end up... Both of us ended up having more work to do than time to play Minecraft, especially because I was already recording Minecraft separately. But hopefully this weekend I'll have, or this vacation I'll have some time where I'm feeling a bit better and have availability. If not, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to have much more to upload. It's not like every day is going to be just full of free days. But I'm not going to spend, 24 hours writing a paper. I would go insane. But some of my professors said they don't want to give homework during the break, while others were perfectly content giving us work over vacation. So it is what it is. As for the paper's not a new thing. Got to get some good work done in that. And I say good work, it's not just about filling space, it's about actually writing with purpose and intention. And I don't plan on slacking on that, so I'm gonna get some ready in on that. But again, won't be all the time. Like right now is not the time of night to be productive. It is the time of night to be sleeping, but my sleep schedule is fucked up, so I'm not sleeping. I've designed a lot for my D&D. I'm having a good time with. My players are advancing. They were advancing faster than I expected, but now they spent a little extra time in the location, so it's evening out a bit better. But we're having a good time. And that I'm designing items I think will be fun. I did not check any of my players' stats to see if they can wield this, if they would be willing, if it's better than their equipment. I made some loot that seems fun. If they want it, they take it. If they don't, then so be it. I'm designing it, and I'm going to design it and use it on my own NPCs, my villains. And normally I try not to talk about what will be happening coming up, but I don't feel too worried about it because it's quite literally going to happen this Friday, and they know it's coming. So despite the fact that it's possible when my players will watch this and realize, oh god, he's made equipment for combat that will be wielded by the enemy. Yeah, that's par for the course, so you shouldn't be surprised. If they are, that's on them. They know the enemy is coming for them. If they weren't anticipating they would have items, well, now they know. Last combat went quite well. They fought a Leviathan-esque entity. And it got a partial TPK, but the point of the campaign is that it comes with the ability to revive from the dead, which is part of the mystery. So I can't reveal to you any details beyond that, but so getting a TPK means just getting one kill on each player, which I successfully did. But I need more. I expected more deaths to the Leviathan. I didn't quite get what I wanted. So, I'm gonna need to kill a few more times. I don't think the NPCs I'm sending at them will be up to snuff. Plus, the Berserker, it's not a barbarian. In Star Wars 5e, it's called the Berserker. Made a really strong kit, and then he sandbagged by saying he was just playing a support. He has either the highest or second highest, debatably based off the rolls, DPS in the party. And he's by far the tankiest, because he's effectively a barbarian. And he can resist death for an extended period of time through a trait that essentially allows him, he still dies, but it's only after a certain amount of turns. So, gonna have to come up with rules for him on that, because in the current way of the campaign, normally that's still a problem because you still die. But when death is less of a deterrent, that ability becomes extremely powerful. And if I build all my combats with the intention of, oh yeah, I'm going to have to kill this guy, which means one hit has to be able to instantly kill him, and there is an insta-kill threshold in D&D in general, and it's if the attack overkills by a creature's max health, then they die instantly. So this allows like low-leveled characters to instantly die to dragons or to really strong NPCs. And I can't exactly do that because if the problem with designing around killing the tank is that the tank has the most HP. If you design around being able to do over 200 damage in a single hit, well, if I hit anybody else, they will die. Because they do not come with 250 hit points. He has less than 250 hit points, but if I design to be able to do 200 damage in a single hit, then I'm going to have to be able to hit anybody with it. And beyond that, he also chose a combination of features. Star Wars 5e doesn't just have the Sentinel feat, instead it has a fighting style and a fighting mastery, which are two slightly different things. For the Sentinel, and then he grabbed a reach weapon. And so the whole point of this is why he calls himself a utility build, is because he just sits there reducing movement speed. And then, so the way the two combined works is that if anybody moves within your melee range, you can make an opportunity attack. And if you hit somebody with an opportunity attack, their movement speed gets reduced to 0. So he can trap somebody within 10 feet of him, but if they're a melee character and he's within 10 feet of them, they can't move the 5 feet closer. And so my current goal is to try to solve this with a fun solution. Give him a weapon he would want to use that does not possess the reach property. If he doesn't end up biting for that, then I'm going to have to either nerf a piece of his kit to make him more fun, because right now I quite literally either have to design all my characters with reach, or some characters physically do not get to act. And that's just not fun. A reminder, so some DMs are anything goes from the beginning. I am a if you use it, I can use it DM. So usually that deters players from using unfun things. If somebody spams stuns, then that gives me full right to use stuns. If somebody decides, if they CC chain me, I can use CC back. And that includes Sentinel. But the problem is he's combined several elements to make himself both unkillable and make his opponents stand still. Each on their own is annoying. They're two of the things that you don't want to do as a DM. You don't want enemies your opponents physically can't kill because, well, then they can't fight them. They just lose. And that's sort of against the point. You're supposed to, when you're playing at the same table, the goal is to play at the same table. Not some of you play, some of you sit there, do nothing. So that's the general rule of thumb, is you don't create anything that prevents anybody from playing. And unkillable enemies sort of make things unkillable. So if I make an enemy that cannot die, then why are the players even fighting it? Doesn't make much sense. You may be thinking, oh, he's not truly unkillable. He's pretty much truly unkillable. So the next thing is like, oh, well, just make it so he can't move, or that you always have reach. I mean, yeah, I can do that, but then what happens if I want to melee attack somebody else? Which is quite often the case, is I don't want to sit there melee attacking the tank. I want to be able to send my melee characters after other characters. So we have a problem with power creep. It's not like I gave them magic items to make them creep powerfully. I gave them a weapon with reach. And that's their power creep. So I have to play the game of some of my characters are, or some of my players are more powerful than others. And deal with the struggles of balancing combat when not all players can be considered equal. Because that's the thing. If I make heavy hits, then I come into a problem when I hit either, you know, the wizard in the back, who's not called a wizard, but he's a wizard. He's a D6 caster without much con. He doesn't survive. So I can't hit him for a ton of damage. I have, literally in the Leviathan fight. I hit him and I one-shot him on turn 1. And that's when I learned that this Berserker can take hundreds of damage. Because as long as he doesn't take over 200 damage in a single turn, he can't be felled. And then there are a few other problems in there, like, oh, well, he has to be raging for this effect, so just make him drop rage. Very difficult, because there's only a few ways to make somebody drop rage. Because he continues rage if he can attack, or if he can... So if he can attack, he continues rage. And if he gets attacked, he continues rage. So once he's dead, there's no reason to continue attacking. There's just no reason to continue attacking him. But there's no reason for him to stop attacking. So I need to outspeed him in order to get away from him. But in order to get away from him, well, we come full circle. He made a kit where the enemies can't run from him. It means he shouldn't be able to drop rage. So I did kill him by having the serpent swim away from him, so he didn't end up dropping rage. But this is the concern I have: the assassination. I dislike the assassination. I'm using a shotgun. No, jump higher. That's exactly what we needed. And a double jump. Oops, I missed. So I'm hoping that he'll actually use the item that I designed. I'm not sure if he can use it. I haven't checked his stats to see if it was usable. I assume he can use it, but there's a chance he can't. And then if he can't, well, then I have to nerf him somehow. Either that or I have to buff every enemy specifically for fighting him, which feels unfun. He chose to design a kit a certain way, and now I have to punish him for designing his kit. Which, again, I don't want to punish the guy for playing in a way he chose. Though he did choose quite a min-maxy kit, even though he claims he didn't. Because the problem is he thought he built a utility character. He built a damage dealer tank. And then covered his weaknesses. Which, you know, it's, again, not a bad thing to cover your weaknesses. But this isn't the first time he's created a super-powered character. So it's hard to believe that he does it all by accident, you know? I know the guy, so I know that it's a simple question of, is he just like so stupid he didn't realize that it's a strong kit when he does it, because he keeps saying like he didn't design a strong kit, but he definitely did. So it's hard to say whether he's truly so out of it he didn't realize that he designed something powerful, or whether he designed it on purpose and would rather just say he didn't, which doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm thinking he's truly oblivious to the strength of his kit. But now I gotta balance around him specifically. One of those things has to be close to broken. Shotgun is so great for this fight. There we go. 38 HP because I took a cluster bomb to the head. And I'm not going to heal, I'm probably just going to die the moment I face off against whatever enemies. There, they'll be immune in the force field. But hopefully I don't have to concern myself too much with how to balance around this one player. Because it would really suck to just have to super boost the DPS of all of the party's enemies just because one player made himself unkillable. Because I don't want to punish everybody. I don't necessarily want to punish this guy. But you know, it's like, what can I do? Make every character teleport so that way they can ignore the tank entirely? Like, that's too far, but it would avoid them making opportunity attacks. He made an HP tank not reliant on resistances. So, dealing elemental damage types, sure, works in theory, but in practice he still just has over 200 HP because he has a maxed out con stat, and he has the ability to as a reaction use his hit dice to heal. Now normally you can he also has the ability to use his hit dice to oh, he's not actually in the next phase yet, he's just doing that for fun. There we go, now I broke that arm, so he's going to go into that, yeah. This boss is not very fun with a shotgun. My other weapon's also close range, so it doesn't help me out. Maybe the Atomos will just melt one of his limbs, who knows. I'll try it. Yeah, but if I make the enemies teleport, they just teleport past the tank, so the tank doesn't exist anymore. Make the damage types other than just the physical types to ignore his resistances. I do more damage to him, but it doesn't actually solve anything. Because it's not about killing him. Once I get him down to 0 hit points, he still gets to survive for 10 turns. So, it doesn't exactly help me that he is now at 0 because he has 9 turns of I need to do 200 damage or else he gets to stay up, or I need to get away from him. Which is just reoccurring with our previous problem of I can't just make my guy teleport, which means to get away from him. He has a very good to hit as well, so it's hard to avoid other attacks. Man, this Jackal is so much fun. I love being unable to hit the only spots that deal damage. I don't think I hit the vital spots there, so I doubt he's actually really taking damage. Oh, he is. Huh. Maybe the burn proxy. So other things are like, technically he's inflicting slow conditions, so make my creatures immune to slow. But it's like, if I just arbitrarily make things immune to slow, it just completely takes his kid out of the game.
Now or later, but leave you must, for the Undercroft is inexhaustible.
So it's just, it's a strange state to be in. I'm trying to deal with it without ruining anybody's fun, without instantly killing the wizard, the monk, or the ranger. The ranger's very tanky. He's sort of fine, but he made his character for RP, so his damage output is dog shit comparative to the other players who made more not PvP, but combat focused kits. Now, the kits, you know, you want to make a balanced kit. Again, the Berserker made his entirely PvP sided. He doesn't do any RP stuff. Quite literally, I mean, he's playing a stoic character, but he just doesn't talk much, so he didn't need RP stats. I went right through that and I didn't get it. I have no clue where that was. But he just doesn't do any RP. He's a fully PvP based kit. Or combat based kit. So there's not exactly much I can do to him. He is meant to be the star in combat based off the fact that he put 100% of his stuff into combat. Like, it's not like he has RP anything, really. He just kind of does combat. So I'm not exactly sure what to do with him. I'll figure it out, though. Because the goal is simple. Make sure the players are having fun without sacrificing your fun entirely. It is not the job of the DM to have no fun, but a reminder that the DM should be having less fun. Well, not less fun, but there are certain rules. The DM doesn't get to win. So, you know, if you're ever DMing, just remember that your job isn't to win in combats. It's to force as much out of your players in combat as possible. You want them to utilize health potions. You want them to utilize healing spells and utility spells. You want them to use those funky magic items. You want them to remember the nitty-gritty details of their kit and force them to use every part of it. You're trying to make a good challenge. But you don't get to win combats. That's not the goal. Your goal is not to just say, alright, let's write a story. You guys play the characters in the story. Now all of the characters in the story are gone. Shit story. Harry Potter wouldn't be that good if every book we got a new set of characters because J.K. Rowling deleted all the previous ones. Now the insert joke here is it wasn't a good book to begin with, so maybe they should have. Haha, I like the movies. I didn't read the books. I know that there's the famous line, Harry Potter, did you or did you not put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Is Dumbledore yelling at Harry, and the actual line in the book, like, quote, says, Dumbledore asked Harry calmly, which is just amazing. I understand why people get upset by that type of stuff. It's like it's completely mischaracterization of our wise and calm sage Dumbledore. But you know, it's whatever. But this guy. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Here, can I melee you to death? Maybe not. This guy has a really annoying spot to hit. Oh, here we go. The Atomos. Apparently I need to kill enemies with the secondary. And with heat damage. If I knew this sooner, I would have done this. But your goal isn't to kill the party off. The goal is to... Like, killing off one character is usually like a cinematic event. So in my campaign I've taken away, Death is really a big problem. So he can just use this effect freely. So I'm going to probably have to apply some other... not punishment, but downside to utilizing this ability of immortality. Because right now, he is benefiting from being immortal due to the facts of the system. I'm not doing an excavation. Excavations in the circuit stuck. Quite frankly, that's just the truth of it. There's not enough batteries. It's just not worth it. Yeah, that's what's currently been on my mind. Not school related.
Advancement imminent. I require more data.
Ah.
You would make an excellent cephalon, Tenno.
I'm glad I would make an excellent cephalon.
I hope these interest you.
Wow. I use none of these. Plus 20 final status, plus 1 entropy? I don't even know what that means. All of these had plus 1 entropy. Plus 20% chance to explode. Projectile speed. Lethal ground attacks, I know what those are. The Obek is like a fist attack. The Bolto, I know what the Ak Bolto is. I don't use the Bolto. The Kestrel, I don't know. And the Supra, I don't know. And none of those sigils into me. Sure. Entropy burst.
An excellent cephalon, Tenno. Advancement imminent.
What do I need? Cora Prime chassis. That's doable. It's only 45 ducats. Over here, the Hexus people want this Corvus Prime barrel, which is 100 ducats. It's ridiculous. Well, this has been Warframe. Hope you've enjoyed me ranting on about the problems, my problems. And have a happy Halloween.